champion in Washington, D.C. for this issue and really tried to press this issue as much as possible this year, and I know is committed to bringing this up again. I wanted to come out and talk a little bit about the importance of this issue and this day for demanding action on such an important issue. A few weeks ago, I know some of you saw the story in the Reno Gazette-Journal about a young kid, 19 years old. He purchased a firearm. He got onto armslist.com, which is kind of the alternative to Craigslist, but just for selling guns. And he went onto armslist.com. He found somebody who was selling a Glock pistol, and he met that person, who happened to be a police officer, at a Starbucks at 4 o'clock in the morning. Paid more than $900 for the gun, and in the parking lot, this kid never used a gun before. The seller actually taught him how to load the bullets into the gun and taught him how to use the gun in the Starbucks parking lot.
That's special.
Pretty crazy. Unfortunately, that happens all too often. These types of transactions are happening every day in our state and across the country. Turns out this individual, this 19-year-old kid, had been declared mentally defective by a court of law. He had Asperger's syndrome, and his parents were very concerned with his ability to manage his own affairs, had gone to the Reno courts, and had asked them for a guardianship over the individual. Over the course of additional stories, more facts came out about the case, and it became even more obvious that we need comprehensive legislation to address this issue now. Earlier this year, Congress introduced legislation, pressed by Senator Reid and others, that would have expanded background checks to most firearm purchases. And there was a lot of back and forth, and we had a proposal from two of the senators that wasn't as comprehensive as the original legislation, but at least enjoyed some bipartisan support. That was Senator Manchin from West Virginia and Senator Toomey from Pennsylvania. And they worked together for a slightly scaled back version, but also a version that would have addressed exactly the type of arms list internet transactions that were involved in this Reno Gazette-Journal case. We can't afford to keep our fingers crossed and hope that what happened in Reno doesn't happen somewhere else. We're lucky. We dodged a bullet up in Reno with this case because, fortunately, the mom found out quickly and was able to address the issue, get the gun away from the child, and make sure that he wasn't a danger to himself or others.
Is the policeman penalized?
The policeman was demoted recently.
Question, where did he get the $900? That's my question.
I don't know where he got the $900. The focus is really on what do we need to do today in order to make sure that we're not just crossing our fingers that this doesn't happen again. And we have the opportunity today to ask Congressman Heck to have the courage to go to his leadership and ask them to take action. I'm grateful that Congressman Heck, unlike some of his Republican colleagues, who just say no all the time, has at least said he'd keep an open mind on this issue. We'll see. Actions speak louder than words, as we all know. So today, I'm asking you guys to join me in calling on Congressman Heck as he goes back to Washington in a few weeks to stand up, stand with his colleagues who support comprehensive background checks for gun purchases, and go to his leadership, go to the Speaker, Mr. Boehner, and tell him it's time for action. It's not time for words, it's time for action. And I appreciate Teresa. I appreciate all you guys for coming out here on another hot day. Seems like they're always hot days, right, Teresa? Hopefully no one passes out like last time. So, but this is such a critical issue. I'm proud to have worked with my colleague Joyce Woodhouse and so many others up at the legislature. We all stood shoulder to shoulder and made sure that we passed something meaningful, and it's time for Congress to do the same. So thank you guys for coming out.